The Gemara says, Loma nisbecha, Loma nikras, Esther, and Nisim shel Esther, Amalto, Shedoime la Yeles HaShachar. So the Gemara says, Ma Yeles HaShachar soiv kol halayla. Yeles HaShachar means the end of the night. Af Esther hoya soiv kol hanisim v'soiv kol hanivim. Frank, the Gemara, how could you say that that's the end of all the nisim? Or Yika Chanukah. Chanukah was after Esther, hundreds of years later. And so the Gemara answers, Chanukah lo nitn likosev. We're speaking about the miracles that were written in the Nevuah from the Nevi'im. But Chanukah is lo nitn likosev. So I wanted to say, I could answer a different teretz. L'chayre, the nes from Chanukah, you could ask, ein chodesh tachas hashemesh. How is it possible all the nisim that happened was materialistic, something happened, and there was a turn. And there was a turn over here by Purim, and it was, even though everything happened normal, and in the normality there was nisim that happened. But Chanukah is so many nisim happened that it should happen 8 days. It's like ein kol chodesh tachas hashemesh. Where does it happen? Does it have a point? In what area does the miracles of Nes from Chanukah lie? The Torah says that the light of the future, that the Chanukah came to tell you that the light of the future will erase the darkness of your past. And that was when the Rabbeinu Shalom created B'Sheish Yimei Bereishis. He created the Oira Shel Mashiach. And what is Oira Shel Mashiach? That the light of the future will erase the darkness of your past. And on that issue, and on that understanding, the Nes, the miracle of Chanukah, could have happened that they found a Pach HaShemen shelo hayu bo ladliko ela yoim echad v'idliko shmoini yomim. And you must understand that the biggest Nes was that when the first day was natural that it should be lightened, because it had for one day. To make the first day the second day, the resistance to make it a second day, that's a miracle. But once the second day was established, to make the third day was easier, even though it was a miracle. Because the second day was a miracle, that at that miracle there's not so much resistance as been in the first day to make the second day. And every day there was a miracle, that the second day was a resistance to the third, and the third was a resistance to the fourth, and the fourth was a resistance to the fifth, and the fifth was a resistance to the sixth, and happened, and sixth was a resistance to the seventh, and the seventh was a resistance to the eighth. So, when Nosati Neslin Snoises, Mipnei Koishit Selah, like it's written in Tehillim, one miracle after another miracle. And therefore, it has no connection to the miracles, what happened in the Nevi'im. Because that the Nevi'im was a miracle not in the Oira Shel Mashiach. And this came from a separate annal that it was called the Oira Shel Mashiach, that the light of the future will erase the darkness of your past. So when the Chachamim saw there was two miracles that happened, that Rabim meyad miyatim, utmeim miyad tohorim, v'zeidim miyad oiski toirasecho, that against statistical terms, the Jews that Matisyahu Bodov won over the Greek army and brought back the Ishtalshelus and the Kedusha and to take away the tumor that the Greeks put in their Beis HaBchira. And therefore this miracle of Hanukkah happened. So the Rabbonim and the Chachamim were faced with a problem. On what should we say Hallel? Should we say Hallel because of the Melchama? Or to say Hallel on a Nes Chanukah that's only a mitzvah? It is the Lishon Haba, they came to the decision that on the Melchama you can't say Hallel. Because Tolstoy said, peace is an interval between two wars. So it's not Netzach forever. Peace you don't have for Netzach forever. And being it's not forever, you can't say Hallel. Why do you say Hallel on Hanukkah even though it's a mitzvah? Because the Nes Chanukah was in the Beis HaBchira. And in Beis HaBchira, so the Gemara says, Shloisha mitzvahs nitztavi Yisrael b'chnisosem la'aretz. Limnois le'melech, v'lahachois zara shel Amalek, v'limnois Beis HaBchira. The Matorah from Klal Yisrael is the Beis HaBchira, the Beis HaMikdash. That's the Netzach from Klal Yisrael. Without the Beis HaMikdash, without the Beis HaBchira, Klal Yisrael has nothing to look for. And therefore we say, Yerotzim el Panecha Hashem Elokeinu after Shemon Ezra, Sheyibor Beis HaMikdash b'mheira v'yomeinu. Because that's the Netzach from Klal Yisrael. So even though Nes Chanukah is a mitzvah, but it comes to enlighten that the Beis HaBchira, which is the Netzach from Klal Yisrael, will be the future of the light forever, that Klal Yisrael could enjoy and present itself in the dimension of Judaism. And therefore, they will convey a Hallel on the Nes from Hanukkah.